STAFDA starts and comes to an end.
Skilsaw puts their worm drive on every tool they can find.
And Diablo ruins metal cutting for everyone. It's November 2nd, 2018.
And this is your Coptool Weekend Review. Every year, the Specialty Tool and Fastener Distributors Association, or STAFDA for those of you with less time, offers tool manufacturers a place to show off their latest wares to the very people who push them on you and me. Sarah and I headed there this week to get the very latest in power tools straight from the mouths of their creators. As it turns out, there was a lot to see. Milwaukee surprised all of us with a 1 3/4 inch SDS drill that features a new electronic magnetic clutch designed to keep us from tearing our arms off when the bit binds up. Kyle from RR Buildings gave us a closer look over on Instagram, highlighting a pole dancing competition between the new Milwaukee and a competitor wearing a dull gray onesie. You can see who won the dance-off over at RR Buildings on Instagram.
Skilsaw showed up to STAFDA with a couple surprises as well. First up was a worm drive beam cutter they dubbed the Carpentry Chainsaw. This design will no doubt look familiar to our fans, taking on the likes of the Festool Sword Saw and the Prezi Circ Saw attachment. This version features a 14.5 inch cutting depth automatic chain oiler and a unique chain featuring a cutting tooth on each link, offering a finer cut than a normal chainsaw. Kiefer, the toolaholic himself, gives us a hands-on demo and tells us the saw has crazy power. That's no small compliment coming from such a crazy guy. To see the full demo, you can find Toolaholic on Instagram.
That's not all Skilsaw brought to the show. They also answered the cries of fans the world over by finally putting their famous worm drive on a miter saw. Continuing with their tradition of going big, they put that drive to work with a 12-inch blade and a lightest in-class frame, keeping the weight down to only 51 pounds. Now this saw is going to make a lot of Skilsaw fans very, very happy, including the Canadian carpenter, who was seen glowing over the power and performance of this beast. Personally, I was far more impressed with their 40-inch Circ saw that promises to make every cut on the job in one pass. But hey, some guys are impressed by smaller things. Don't miss the Canadian carpenter on Instagram for more.
Makita, not to be left out of the fun, brought a world's first cordless chop saw. The new saw is part of their X2 18-volt system, delivering over 100 cuts and 20-gauge studs with only two 5-amp-hour batteries. Kenny over at Shop Tool Reviews shared a video on Instagram highlighting the tool-free wheel change and a peek at the tool's backside to reveal its cordless nature. So if you've been itching to build something with metal studs way out in the field somewhere, well, Makita's got you covered. Learn more at Shop Tool Reviews on Instagram.
Now our last stop at STAFDA was with Diablo, who surprised us with a new addition to their Cermet line of metal cutting saw blades. The Awesome Orange shared a video on Instagram of the new blade getting the job done with absolutely zero sparks. Now Orange was excited because she could finally cut metal in her shop without the risk of burning the place down by mixing sparks with sawdust. Now, sure, burning the place down is probably bad for business, but let's be honest, sparks are cool, or hot, or whatever. We like sparks. But if you'd rather not burn your shop down, be sure to check out the video at The Awesome Orange on Instagram.
It's Friday, again, and we can't seem to do anything about that. So it's time to get your tools out and be constructive with your free time this weekend. For a bit of inspiration, it's once again time to head over to Sarah's shop for her projects of the week.
Thanks, Scott. After a long week of trade show hopping, I'm ready to dive into a few great projects. This week, first up, we head over to April Wilkerson's YouTube channel, where she uses a Husqvarna chainsaw and a kit from Granberg to create her very own chainsaw mill. Slabbing logs isn't something most of us ever get to do, but as usual, April makes it look crazy easy. After building her mill, she shows us how to use it by slabbing a few logs of her own, and they are gorgeous. Even if you don't ever see yourself owning a mill, it's worth visiting April Wilkerson on YouTube. If you're looking for a project that is decidedly easier, but no less useful, Evan and Caitlin built a new Murphy bed this week using a kit sent to them by Rockler and their usual army of DeWalt tools. In their predictably quirky and entertaining style, this creative couple of craftsmen used the kit to turn their guest room into a multi-functioning indoor makerspace. The guests already share their room with a cart covered in 3D printers, so it wasn't a huge leap to turn the entire room into something more functional. If you want to turn your guest room into something more fun, head over to Evan and Caitlin on YouTube. If you find a particularly great project and you think that we should share it on our show, email me at projects@coptool.com.
Thanks, Sarah. Let's get to some tool reviews. This week, our friend Rob Robillard gave us a detailed look at the DeWalt XR 20-volt random oscillating sander. This 5-inch wonder is part of DeWalt's XR, or Extended Runtime line, and it shows, providing almost 1 hour of runtime on a single 5 amp hour battery. The sander is very compact, features variable speed, and a fairly effective dust bag. Rob sets a personal speed record at only 3 minutes and 45 seconds for the entire review. And that leaves just you more time to explore the rest of his great content on his YouTube channel at Toolbox Buzz.
The two titans of tools in action were back at it again this week. This time they review a light that maybe wobbles, but it won't fall down. The Wobble light is tough enough for the job site and at 15,000 lumens, bright enough to turn the heads of both Dan and Eric, giving us footage we can use to make them dance to disco. This is what we do with our free time. The guys appear to love the updated Wobble light and found it to be durable and useful after several days on the job. You can see the whole review on YouTube, but don't forget to also follow TIA on Instagram. Why?
Stories on Instagram, that's where it's all at. We post like 6 to 10 videos a day on there. Where are you?
Finally today, DEBOSS Garage tackles the age-old problem. Which Gen 3 Milwaukee Impact is right for me? Well, DEBOSS lines up everything from the 1/4-inch stubby to the 3/4-inch high-torque Impact, boasting serious 1,500 foot-pounds of torque. His approach to reviewing his tools is to avoid the numbers game and instead takes all 5 impacts to an old-school bus motor and then puts them to work. The 20-minute-long video gives you plenty to ponder, but at the 15-minute mark, he gives us a concise breakdown and tells you how to choose from this plethora of powerful nut busters. Before you buy your next cordless Impact, be sure to check out DEBOSS Garage on YouTube. That'll do it for us this week, but before we go, we're giving away this sick selection of Southwire knives to one of you. And to enter to win, simply subscribe and leave a comment below telling us why you need exactly 4 Southwire knives to complete your soul. Be creative.
Well, not too creative, my mom reads these comments. Don't forget to like our video and do us a favor this week. Help us make more episodes by sharing this one with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, the bird one, or even Snapchat if they haven't gone under yet by the time you've watched this video. We do appreciate it.
And once again, thanks to Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring our show. Check them out at ohiopowertool.com.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I promised Joe T that I would answer the question in the comments from last week of, is there liquid in our cups? Of course.